Hi, my name is Mary Patricia Avery M. Arcenas, and here is my presentation for my first defense in Architectural Design 9. Let's start. Here are the three proposals that I have prepared. First, Tricentia, an interactive community science center for the development of IMS Cavite through technology on sustainability and biophilic architecture. Number 2 is Hex Point Prototype, a fully equipped emergency shelter facility with training ground and isolation facilities in San Fernando, Pampanga through bunker, modular, and sustainable architecture. And lastly, Orb Cycle, an integrated solid waste management and research facility for the development of the dump site in Quezon City through sustainable architecture. Now let's move on to my first proposal, Tricentia. Tricentia is composed of two words combined. Tri meaning three and Scientia meaning science, which in relation to the project showcases three uniquely designed exhibits about science to make science more appealing to the general public. Here are the location and sites included in the proposal. The Philippines has a population of 109.6 million and there are 161 museums and 8 of them are science centers that is dedicated to science, while IMS Cavite has a population of 496,794 and has a record of 0 science centers but has a lot of history-themed science centers. Here are the known science center facilities that showcases a lot of science-related topics in their exhibits. Although there are many museums in the Philippines, these science centers caters general sciences and the rest focuses on history, art, and collector's item themed exhibits among the localities. In a case study written by Dexter Bautista titled Promoting Science Culture Through Science Museum, that in the Philippines the development of science culture takes a long time, so there is a need of promoting it. Moreover, with the advancement of urban cities has when it comes to technology, the rural area of the country are being deprived of these opportunities due to the distance they have with the urban areas of the country. According to NCOM listing, there are currently 161 museums in the country. In the National Capital Region, there are 56. Northern Luzon has 22, Southern Luzon has 36, Visayas has 36, and Mindanao has 11 museums. But most of them are historical, special, for shops and restaurant types. What do we mean about science centers? It is exactly as the word describes, a hub of science that aims to enrich the school curriculum and equip learners by providing valuable hands-on learning experiences using world-class exhibits that are designed to increase learner skills and understanding of science, technology, and maths. The next slides will show a few pictures of the science centers in the Philippines. So many young aspirants who takes interest in the field of science has limited access to the chance to explore and learn. The growth and improvement of science culture in the Philippines, even though there are science-related undertakings, science was not able to sprout and contribute more because science teaching is only limited in school and the priority of the government is more on public health and economic activities. Now that we have run through the problem, let's take a look at how architecture may intervene and take place as the solution. Technology on sustainability and biophilic architecture seeks to minimize the negative environmental impacts of the building. Use available technologies to ensure the structures generate minimal harmful effects to the ecosystem and the communities. Incorporate nature into the building spaces that will contribute to the well-being of the occupants and to decrease stress, blood pressure levels, and heart rates while increasing productivity, creativity, and overall sense of well-being while learning. The botanical and virtual zoo exhibit are divisions that will display all things about plants and different animals using physical representation of the plants and virtual display of the animals through VR, AR, and hologram. The planetarium exhibit will showcase theoretical exhibits of the stars, planets, and constellations by projecting information on the inner surface of the dome for public entertainment or education. Here is the proposed site for the project. The site is located at Alapan, Imus, Cavite with a total land area of 21,939 square meters and a perimeter of 611 meters. The site is situated in a rural area that is progressive urbanity and is surrounded by agricultural fields, commercial and residential area with a land use of commercial and residential zone. It is a good spot for building a science center as it is 10 minutes away from the residential and commercial areas which can be easily be accessed by the people. My second proposal is entitled as Hex Point. These are the buildings that are often used as evacuation sites in the Philippines. School, barangay, basketball courts, multipurpose building, arenas, and churches. This chart shows the number of evacuation in the Philippines. The mostly used are the schools, building for high school, elementary, primary school, barangay halls, and daycare centers. The set type of buildings that were mentioned earlier are not enough to ask as an emergency facilities as these structures lack amenities and spaces that are needed by the people who are experiencing trauma from the aftermath of the catastrophic events after the disaster. Bunker, modular, and sustainable architecture are the architectural approach that were chosen as it is important to the design to have features like energy efficiency, renewable energy generation, water efficiency, stormwater management, superior indoor environment, and the creation of the facility to be assembled in multiple fabricated modules to create a working unit that can still incorporate a certain aesthetic with function that can withstand ecological challenges. The next slide will show situation of the communities during their stay in evacuation sites on the buildings. These buildings were not made for evacuation. As we all know, disasters as landslide, typhoon, volcanic eruptions, and today's global pandemic has challenged preparedness of the Philippines, as these are the natural phenomenon strikes that the mankind has no control over when this happens. This is the proposed site. It is located at San Fernando, Pampanga with a land area of 96,694 square meters and has a perimeter of 1,430 meters. It is a good spot for the project because it is convenient access for the people as it lies in the middle of different localities. Finally, my last proposal is entitled Orb Cycle. Location of the project includes the Philippines with a population of 109.6 million and a land area of 300,000 kilometers squared, while Metro Manila has a population of 13,400,084 and 482 with a land area of 636 kilometers squared and official national capital region of the Philippines that is composed of 16 cities. Let us take a look on the solid waste management in Metro Manila. Only 40 to 85% of the waste generated is collected nationwide, implying 15 to 60% is improperly disposed or littered. The uncollected garbage is unfortunately burned or dumped anywhere onto open areas called open dumps, adding to the now polluted air, shed, and water body and global warming in the country. While recycling to the establishments of the municipal recovery facilities that includes waste transfer stations and composting and recycling facilities is mandated under RA 9003, most local government units do not comply with this mandate. Sustainable architecture for solid waste management is considered. It is an architectural design which aims to minimize all sorts of pollution that may affect the health of the community, especially with regards air, conversion of methane gas into electric for the benefit and including incinerations done in the facilities. The next slides are images showing the solid waste management in Japan. The renewable energy of Japan is from the natural gas exerted by their landfills. They use this in recharging their equipment and the garbage truck and also as a power supply for the community. While organic recycling has been a zero waste disposal for them, where these are used as livestock feeds and lanyards fields fertilizer. Here is the proposed site for the project. The site is located at Payatas Dam site in Quezon City with a land area of 301,506 square meters. It is a good spot for the project because of the smooth traffic situation in the area and the site is previously handling this kind of business.